Show you this first. This is the chocolate almond peanut butter, mostly peanut butter, natural peanut butter. Take a look at this. Almond bark or whatever you had before. This is peanut butter. Oh, and there's some other stuff in here too, but like all healthy, natural stuff. So let's taste it. Get an almond. How about a bite on this piece? Oh. Not yet. Wait, my love. Here we go. Got out these beautiful tomato, some veganese, some nut cultured cheese, green pepper. Get a couple of these wraps. This beauty here, we froze the chocolate creation on. I'm gonna use as a plate. No harm, no foul. Gave this a wash. No, I didn't. Did I wash the green pepper? No. I came over, I washed my hands. I didn't put anything in them, and I came live. I took the sticker off the green pepper, but I may have washed. I'm washing it again. Tomato, I didn't wash. It's not. I was only typing for about 15 minutes in the right up there. Didn't type anything. Just was trying to figure out what to type. Erased everything twice because I'm like, oh. I wrote these long video game write-ups, and I'm like, oh my god. I didn't get mad. I didn't even take a deep breath. I just stopped what I was doing and started all over again. I got it done, but it took forever. But here we are. And then I screwed up again, thinking about other stuff. Oh, I was like, holy smokes, but I was lost in a few moments there. Got some stuff done in my head, because it's 3:16 and I got stuff to do tomorrow, next day, and the day after. Just staying low. You know, I don't know if I want to call it self-quarantining, but we're not self-quarantining, sorry, like if we're quarantining because of, something, but we're going to stay in the backyard. Stay in the front yard, stay in the house, and just because we actually want to, like that's what we're doing. It's not because there's something going on, but it turns out it's going to work out well for this weekend, all right? Go get a couple groceries and come home. Maybe, probably not. I got everything I need. Got some pasta. We can make, I don't want to talk about pasta, it's carbs, but I'm going to make a small pasta salad with tons of veg, and then like a 9-to-1 ratio of pasta to veggies. And maybe some almonds or lentils. I'm going to make a few lentil dishes. I can't wait. I'm going to get out my burner, my single burner, take it outside in a safe place, put bricks around it or something. I got a patio and glass table. I can put it up there. And I'm not frying nothing. I'm going to boil water. Yay! We're going to put lentils in there and let them sit in there for about 15 minutes, and then take them out and put them in my blender, which I'm not going to do outside because that'll look really weird. But I'll bring the hot lentils in, and then I'll blend them in here, and then I'll serve them up. I put the lid on. It stays hot in that blender for, feels like hours. I want to take it basically out of the blender right away though, because I want to eat it all right away. I try to eat as much. I try to make what I'm going to eat. I know it sounds bad for the lentils, because I want them really nice and mashed and just done well. So you get some green pepper cut up like this, and it can be a little bit chunkier. You can also just take your hands and tear them a little bit. You don't like green pepper, use red pepper, yellow, orange. Use a damn onion. You could use anything you want. Use cucumber, tomato. I am all out of cucumber, and that's okay. We'll get some cucumber, maybe 1 or 2 more. I'm going to plant some cucumbers, so that'll be awesome. All right, so there's a tomato for ya. There you go, it's a tomato. Now, gotta take some pictures and stuff actually, just want to showcase, not even, sorry, the beginnings. I just want to take some pictures and stuff, and then as it grows in, it'll complement, the growing in will take care of what looks off or something doesn't look quite right now. It's not that you don't even see the vision, it's that we don't know what nature has to come for that, so it will decide, the what's called in growing the structure of each plant, and then entirely the community of plants. So the plant itself is one aspect, but when you look at it, you want it to be a community of well-structured plants, right? So we're trying to create that right now. Seems to be going magnifique. Just went through a crazy frost, killed all my tomatoes. Not ashamed. It was a bit of a test. I thought they could do. I wanted to cover it, but sometimes it's like, see, I didn't need to cover it over here where I am. Damn, didn't work out that time. Flattened everything, but like 5 or 6. And I did just water too. Like, I mean, not like that day, but they were moist. Like, they weren't dry. They weren't wet as ever, but they were like a day outside, that's a long time to go. But I got them in a nice, let's say they were in. It looks like I might get 6 come back out of the 18 that I lost, or no, more than that. I don't even know how many. It's at least 20. Or no, sorry, it's about, it's, if there's 24, there's 2 or 3 that are alive. One's perfect, which I don't really understand that. They were all shoddy tomato plants, kind of not. I didn't start them. I bought them, it's a joke that I went and bought tomato plants with, when you see the seeds I have. I just been, you have to give a certain amount of care, and I'm not ready to designate that much care that often, that frequently, for that many seeds. Okay, it's a lot of seeds. I want to do about 20 or 30 tomatoes, 5 or 10 cucumber, a bunch of squash, a couple watermelon, just whatever takes, and whatever doesn't, I'll till back into the garden. I'm not gonna roll it up and throw it in my backyard and drive it to the dump. That's ridiculous. You branch it up, you cut it up, and you throw it in your garden deeper than your soil grows regular, and you put it there. And what happens is nature will actually begin to microbialize your garden, so you won't have to do as much as often ever again. But you got to learn that for yourselves. I'm not gonna, if you want to sit there, I don't know how people, like, I've seen people's gardens in my lifetime. When I was a kid, a guy grew, I don't know, corn. He grew it about 10. This is an old guy. He's actually my cousin. He's like a third cousin or second cousin, but he grew corn. He used to grow corn about 11 feet in the air. And I seen his garden. I thought, he's a wicked, like, knows what he's doing, but he just never tilled back in his own garden. And like, he tilled it in, but I don't think he went deep enough, or he never gave back what was in the garden itself, right? He would throw all that away. And I was like, whoa. I did a project on thrash and burn in grade 4, so I became like an expert on farming with it. No, seriously, like, I learned about thrash and burn. If you don't know what that concept is, you could never be a master grower. Never. So you take in everything in between there as well. So they also talk about how plants themselves feed the ground, so you can get nitrogen pellets from actual plants. So I've got alfalfa, all kinds of good stuff. You can go look it up, veganic growing, and that's nature. That's nature giving you organics. You don't need to slave animals to get manure. How are you going to chase around a cow over, I don't know how big Canada is in square miles or square feet, but it's trillions of square feet by the power of 3. You going to chase a cow around to go grab 47 kilograms of manure every season? Because that's how it should be naturally done, right? So I don't mind collecting some things from the beach, give you some tips and stuff, but I mean, you just use nature around you. I see women using nature and going and making smoothies. I'm like, Holy, I gotta seriously step up my game right now because like they're going into the wilderness with an empty picnic basket and they're coming home with 2 picnics, bud. So I was like, whoa. But they're in, I'm not gonna say they're in better than I am. They are. They're hotter. They're in Maine. They're in Massachusetts. These are like, they're in California. You know, there's foraging like far beyond what I have. But there is a time of year where my foraging is unreal too. I've foraged strawberries, wild raspberries, blueberries of all kinds, Saskatoon, a bunch of berries. I don't even know what they were. A couple I felt, funny from. Don't eat any berries, especially ones outside. Just grow your own and make sure you are getting them from a fruit or a berry tree, like or a plant that, is sold healthy. Berries are dangerous. But there's people collecting mushrooms and everything, and I'm like, damn, I hope you don't take all the mushrooms. That's what I've been wondering lately is, are people taking too much? Like, even in nature, like when we go for, not that the girls, I'm talking, some of the, just people in general I've seen collecting, like, exotic mushrooms, I guess they're called, but are they taking them all? If they're so exotic, aren't you making it, like, it's not funny, aren't you screwing up big time by taking it? If it's so rare, why are you taking it out of nature so it's never going to recycle again? So, fortunately for myself, I've never taken a wild cannabis seed from the wild and taken it away. And I'm not making light of it. I'm being dead serious. I've done the opposite, right? I'm like the dude that that saves rare pandas every day, bud. So you just keep quiet. So, I'm the head of the endangered species program for cannabinoids, and that's no joke. How about what you doing? How you doing? So I got these gorgeous. These are called. I don't know what they're called anymore. They're roti wraps. Okay. Vegan cultured cheese from. Vegan nut. The cultured nut is the company, and this is vegan cheese. Okay. These are green pepper and tomatoes. With this, you're gonna get a little bit of veganese. I actually made a boo boo there. And so mine, I'm gonna put a pickle, and the other I'm not, and then the one in the middle, I'm just gonna not do pickle. I will do a jalapeno. I think. Where's the bottle of jalapenos? This is a really good combination. Ooh, vegan bacon is missing. I put the spinach in the smoothies. We have 0 greens. Whoa, and I didn't throw any out. Whoa. And there's a whole loaf of raisin bread in the fridge. This has to go. Damn. All right, so we got some stuff here. We got the jalapenos at the bottom of the jar, so I can clearly say the jar is empty. Nope, there's some in the fridge. Nope. This jar will be emptied, not on a live stream. We don't need that many. There's like 6 or 8 or 12 in there. We're only going to use like 1 or 2. I can't handle heat. If she wants to, she can have a little more on her one, maybe. I'm going to do up a strip of this. Nah, let's just do it without. I'm going to use the veganese here, or vegan. Hellman's Vegan. Certified vegan. Okay? Get that in there. We're going to slam that there. No vegan. So, and then green olives, I'm not caring for. I'm not fussy at all. It's from something, and I'm just not going to say it. I don't care for the small, tiny jar of green olives back there for a specific reason. I am not fussy, but please don't buy that kind. Let's move on to this and go here. Damn it. I guess licking it doesn't make it any cleaner, eh? So now you're just going to hammer a little bit. You're not going to go too much. That's probably, you'll see when it spreads out, it's not that much at all. Probably a teaspoon, I don't know. Oh, I put it on the backs because I don't know why I did it on the back. guess I could have measured out a teaspoon, but I didn't. That looks good. Okay. Now put the vegan cheese away. 1.5 of these each. And the vegan pepperoni is for the pizza tonight. It feels like Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday, so it's definitely not Friday today. And oh shit, we got our power cord in the hummus. No, it's the vegan cheese. Damn it, power cord in the vegan cheese. Damn it, I can't even lick that. Gross, I'm gonna have to make that one mine. Oh, that's so gross. Plus it has a little bit of extra veganese and I like them like that. We'll share this one. I might be able to pawn the one that fell in the power cord there a little bit to my chick. She's been super cool. She's always working. I'm the one that I have to learn to forgive, I guess. That one's hard. It's easy to forgive someone that like spills your Coke or like your drink or spills a drink on you. Not your, for crying out loud. It's easy to forgive someone that does something light, eh? There's certain things that are way higher up there on, I don't know. But I don't want to get into the what they are. I just figured I would say that. We all overreact for sure. I'm not saying anything to do with me or my chick. I'm just saying in general, because you look at some of the things that have escalated, right? And I'm not talking about anything maybe I'm talking the last 20 to 50 years. Every country has a place that overreacts at a time, or government probably overreacts. I hope government recognizes their mistakes and they're like, oh man, every country needs to learn from what this government did wrong, and make sure that it's better for the people. Like, government is only there for the people. And I don't even think we got to start caring more about daily events. Sometimes people don't even understand that you have a voice. My voice, I make sure it's heard. And I do it properly most of the time. Always. I try to. I try to always have a good voice for the underdog that's definitely being wronged by an unjust, morale or a moral standard that, is consciously wrong. And I'll try not to stop ever. Often in my life I've been hindered, and I don't regret anything I've ever done to voice my opinion to be so different and completely stand out from everybody else around me. Never liked a person that cowers. So obviously I'm pregnant. If I add pickles to this, it's they're gonna write about it. Gotta add a little spruce of pickle. Doesn't have to be a lot. You gotta add a little spruce of pickle. At this point, you have to. Because, drum roll, it's got a crunch to it. It's got a je ne sais quoi. And you gotta go there. I'd just like to say on a real note again there that lots of people should be protesting. Like, I get if you're older or maybe you have, like, you're sick, right? Not even, I mean, just in general, you're not feeling good today. I get it. So whatever, you could do stuff online to just show support for maybe an area you didn't recognize uh, needed your support before. Go check it out. I mean, there's lots of cool little channels I've come across with great inspirational visuals, which will guide you in your future. It's like putting a bug in your ear, but showing you what's really going on, and then showing you like what you're doing is not significant to what's happening around us. That could one day be you. So by you doing nothing now, you continue the trend. And it's not a good trend. You peacefully protest, you make your voice heard, you contact constituents in your area, you contact your local or your federal government, your state, and you do it politely and say, like, what can we do? Like, what are you guys doing to ensure that if, the police, choked me out, how would I know that I died knowing they would for sure be held accountable, given life in jail, whatever it is. And it is selfish, but it's going to be one of the only ways I think lots of other people really actually help out is by wording it. It could be you next. And if you don't get that concept, I've said it 1,000, I've said it 5,000 times on 3,842 shows. First they came for this, then they came for that. And before you knew it, there was only me left. You keep thinking for just you instead of a community of people. That I never see color, so I don't really this whole thing. I can kind of like, you know, I completely side with, George Floyd's the memory. So I want, lots of good to come out of this, but I just don't agree with people that don't think people should be protesting. There's lots too. They're like, I'm not protesting, or I'm not even into it. It's like, holy smokes. Uh, it does bother me for sure. And I have unfollowed, for like 40 people in the last, short period. I do it daily though. Just, I see beliefs and conscious that's, a golem state already. You're too far gone for me. I can't hang with you. I can't, you don't, I'm no better than anyone else, but you don't deserve to see my specific feed because I feel very strongly people should have a voice right now. And it should be a voice that protects and helps, not hinders and steals and is negative to a community of people. So I've always said no racism here since day one. So, like, I mean, like, nothing changes in this channel or anything. There's no, like, I don't have to, I try to do as much as I can every day. Go look every day. There's been any talk of even a protest in the beginning. I was like, everyone needs to go protest, like, ASAP. Like, wait, this is like the minute I saw this, I was like, oh, protest. Like, go check my hashtags. I'm in there. I'm on hashtag protest there. And I don't cloud, the message. I believe strongly in, I've listened to the people who are doing the marches in several states from beginning to end, because of Instagram. I get to see certain feeds, and just for their safety or whatever, like, I'll go in, I'll bump in, and then I take them off my list or whatever, and I don't heart their stuff just because I think it adds, they get, I don't want to explain it, but there's good and bad publicity, and I don't want to talk about why on this episode, and it's actually really tough to talk about, but let's just say a lot of people who are starting protests are disappearing or ending up weirdly murdered, and it's sad and very scary. So a lot of security measures have to be made, and I understand that more than most will ever. So